power, authority, indeed creative power in this case. The Blessed Trinity always works as one in all that pertains to its activity outside itself. And so we have here the Divine Son engaging all the power of the Father. Some time ago, I was standing at the spot where this took place, in Cana of Galilee. It is the place where couples renew their vows, and as we finished our celebration, we noticed that a whole group of lovely pilgrims from the Philippines were coming in, and all the married people there were in attire, as though they were just married, white and veiled, and then the organ music accompanying the normal marriage was playing, and they renewed their vows under that same regard of love which had brought them together. Christian marriage is of that order, God in the midst. And that same power is at work, for the greatest miracle that we as human beings can produce is procreation, engaging that same power to create from nothing for all eternity. And so marriage is to be done under God, and the spouse is to be sought in God, and not just for good looks. For good looks pass, but the soul remains, and soul must be ready to soul if it is to be a real marriage. With regard to the soul, if one chooses marriage, one is choosing a helpmate. If one chooses a monastery, one chooses a community that will take one to glory. But it has to be a help. When it comes to death, if it's a good marriage, there is a genuine friendship. If one has truly shared 50, 60 years, half of one's soul is gone, and there is huge pain left. I was thinking as I came to you this evening of what this wrenching of the soul means. By this time next year, perhaps someone here will not be here anymore. And probably it will not be the one that we expect. But just before I came, I was thinking of 3 bullets which send people into a sudden surprise. One was John Lennon. I happened to be looking at 2 songs he composed for Yoko Ono. One was Woman, and the other was linked with her because of the idea of separation and death imagined. And you know, the moment of his passing was very unprepared. He was coming down from his apartment in the States, and this man put a gun to his head. Do you know what he said, John Lennon? He just said one sentence. It was, "Go on, do it." And he did. Another bullet which I was thinking about was one which was fired in about 1936. It was in the Spanish Civil War, where the anti-terrorism forces were trying to get control. They were shooting priests, religious, and pious lay people by the hundred. They put one poor victim against the wall and pointed a similar gun into his head and gave him an ultimatum that he was to deny his faith there and then or face the consequences there and then. All eternity was in the pendulum at that point, all waiting for one syllable. And you know what the syllable was? He had a moment of weakness, and he yielded. And you know what their reaction was? Now we know you're going straight to hell, so we'll shoot you all the same. And so they did. And the word was the last he pronounced. The third is what I picked up today. It's this. It was a Ugandan Christian, Henry. He was on a bus that was attacked by guerrillas. Half his face was blown away. A Christian organization got him to Montreal, where he had many operations. David Watson, an Anglican clergyman, tells of his visit with him. He could not help flinching when he saw the mask that was once a face. But Henry's eyes still sparkled. He was unable to speak, but he wrote on paper for David, God never promises us an easy time. Just a safe arrival. I'll leave you just with a quote from C.S. Lewis for the week, in case some of you are in pain. Just remember that the only tragedy is not getting there. God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks in our conscience, but shouts in our pains. It is his megaphone to rouse a deaf